Alright, I didn't film the unboxing, but this showed up today. It's a Multimatic 235. I'm mostly using it as a MIG, but I did want the additional capability. I've stripped down the frame so that I can weld it up. I did break one tab off, taking the barrel off, so I'll have to weld that back on. But other than that, I'm just going to set you down here, see if I can get this thing welded. Okay, so I just finished welding the frame together. The only thing I didn't weld is the tongue, because I'm still not entirely sure that it's long enough. So I'll wait till I have a second car and I'll string them together and I'll see what they look like then. But by and large, it's welded together. I'm learning this welder. It's a lot easier than the other two, the stick or the baby MIG. But there's a few things I can work on. But other than that, this is going really well. I'll let it cool down and we'll probably bolt the barrel back on it. Time to start making more pieces. I've been working on the barrel train. After I finished welding it up, I decided this evening I would just make a few pieces. So I cut a bunch of this 5/8 round, using it for the axle shafts. I started originally with some hot rolled, and it turns out it does not have the tolerance to fit inside bearings. So I switched to cold rolled. But I cut it on the cold cut saw, and then I ground the burrs off in the grinder, and now I am setting it up to drill the holes for the pins to hold the axles in. And I've marked each one right there, and I'm going to start each hole with this center bit, and what that'll do is help make sure I get a good hole started, and then I'll switch to the drill bit and finish the hole out. Hopefully you have a good view. Maybe we'll get to it. All that's really doing mostly is to help center the drill bit when I start the hole. You don't always have to do that, but it really helps if you're drilling through something round like this stock here. The only drawback is I have to change the bit out every single time. But you know, there's worse things. And that's all there is to it. I've made enough of these, as I did with the tabs, to make 5 more carts. It's what, 10 axle stubs? So I'm going to keep doing that, and then I'll probably close up after that tonight. See y'all later. I've been working on the barrel train this evening again, just making some parts. I cut these are the front and back of the hitches, or the front hitches. One on top, one on bottom. Then I cut a whole bunch of these. I'm going to use these as the back hitch. I got drill holes in them now. I'm just setting up the drill press right now to do these pieces here. A 1/2 inch bit. Set it to 200. The next speed up is 290. I'll probably do that, but I used this last time. It seems to work just fine, so I'm gonna work with it. Alright, I think I'm done for the night. I finished drilling all the holes and back hitches and the front hitches. I cut a bunch of this 7/16 round and drilled holes in them. I'll use that to make a hitch pin. I'll get some sort of big washer or something, weld on the top. Drop it in. I've got some nuts and washers and make winch pins here. We're making some progress. Gotta get it done. We are back to work on the barrel train today. Just cutting some square tubing. We're cutting the long pieces first. We're going to cut enough to make 10 more cars. These ones are cut at 5 more cars, sorry. So we need 10 pieces. We're cutting the long pieces at 37, and then I think the short direction is at 14. I'm cutting them all at a 45-degree angle. So that's the outside of it. There's Owen. He's helping me.
Hi.
Alright, we cut all the long ones and the short ones, then the little braces that go on the tongue. I'm going to turn the camera off and I'm going to keep cutting the little short ones that hold the axle. Then we'll just have the axle and the tongue. I took the drill press and I put 2 holes. They're closer to one corner than another. This is my axle shaft. I put them so that when I put my 6-inch axle stub in, I'll weld the back side of it to here and here to hold it into the tube. I've got to take a file after I drill through the hole. I'll take a file and knock that off the inside, the kerf or whatever. I'll probably do some welding tonight, I don't know, but I'm going to sit down over at the grinder and I'm going to just run it around the edges of everything that I cut today, so that when I try to fit it up to weld it, I don't have anything blocking me. I don't have to put finish edges on it, but I do to make sure it doesn't have any little ledges that got left by the saw, so that it all sits flat. So I'm gonna do that now. All right, and ground all the little curves off. I have everything sitting here to make 5 cars. In there, minus some nuts and bolts, but those will come in the next couple days. I'm going to start tacking stuff together. And, oh, I don't have the tongues because I don't know if I need to make them longer. So I'm going to tack all this one together and mock it up and see how it fits with the car I already have made. Yeah. Alright, it's late. I'm about ready to turn in for the night, but this evening, cut, drilled, prepped all of those. And then completely welded a whole frame together, whole entire thing, and I welded the tongue on this one because I determined that it was a good enough length, and that I think is enough work for a day. So I'm cleaning up and I'm gonna go mow tomorrow, and after that I'll hopefully do a little more of this, cut a barrel and finish the second car.